Hello and welcome to episode 44 of the Long Distance Stitchers. My name is Megan,
I am also Megan.
and this is our channel about cross stitch.
And
And
sometimes other things.
there's sometimes other things.
I have
But,
some yarn to show.
oh,
And I did an embroidery.
you did an embroidery. That's true. Yeah. I have not done an embroidery. I have started a couple embroideries with my embroidery guild, but I don't really, I don't know. I guess I could show them, but I haven't been.
At some point, maybe.
At some point when I
When you're
actually
ready.
finish, when
When
I
you
finish one, maybe.
Yeah.
Although we are going to the Embroidery Association of Canada's seminar next year, we both just bought our tickets, and we don't know exactly what classes we're going to be taking yet, but we picked the ones that we're interested in, and
Yeah,
then
it'll
we'll
be a
have a lot of
snack.
embroidery to show after
Embroidery
that.
and embroidery adjacent projects.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Okay.
I think we're just going to dive right in because we have, as you can imagine, quite a bit of things to show and a lot of haul.
Yeah. So
It's a
um
few months since we showed
we're
haul.
we
Just
did a whip parade, and I know not everybody does a whip parade, but due to the sheer volume of projects that we have since the whip parade, we are not showing anything that we worked on between the whip parade and our last regular floss tube.
yeah, just
So
since the whip parade because you would have seen it
there's some
in
gaps.
the whip parade.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but that said, Megan, have you finished anything since we did our
I
whip parade? I'm
did.
so proud of you.
I have one fully finished, so I'll start with that. So I have a cross stitch journal. I've been journaling for what was my first one? I don't know, a few years. 2022.
Well, you bought it when you came to see me, yeah, so it was a long
Yeah.
time
So
ago.
yeah, 2022.
Long time ago.
Only filled out a few pages so far, but anyway. And then obviously we did that journaling class with Michelle. So I was kind of like, oh, I need to get back into journaling. And everyone was talking about how great the journaling packs from Deanna were. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I really want one. I haven't ordered one yet. I'll order one. So I ordered one. And then my post office hates me, so they sent it back to her instead of giving it to me when I was there, picking up other things. So she was like, should I send this back? And I was like, yeah. And you should just send it to my house. And also, I'll buy another one to make the postage worth your while. So I bought another one. So she sent me a big package of two whole journaling packs. And so I was instantly inspired to finish my Quirky Quaker chicken because she sent me this sticker. And I was like, oh, I have to finish that. So I made a page of all the most like fall themed ones that I could find
And
in
that
the
woman is wearing her apron to carry the eggs back that she gets
yeah.
from the
She's going out to look at our chickens and to,
Yeah,
bring the eggs in and
it's perfect.
yeah, so perfect. They're free range chickens. They live in a nice meadow.
Mhm.
There's butterflies. There's
I
like
want
this
to live there.
this bird's what is it?
Custard. Yeah.
Bird's custard. That was one of the stickers and I was like, "Oh, that's too perfect."
Mhm.
So, yeah. So I finally this chicken had been sitting in my shoebox full of finishes for a very long time, just
Beautiful.
waiting for his moment. And then because of Cross Stitch Monopoly, I've been forced to work on a few things that I normally hadn't planned to work on. So the first one, let me get a flip. First one was this anchor from the Ink Circles Season Greetings Jingle Ball exclusive pillow making class that Megan and I took. And I started this before the class, didn't finish it in time for the class, and then just sort of left it for like 2 years or so.
Yeah, because that was 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then it got called for Monopoly, and I had to do 500 stitches on it. And I was like, I don't even think there's 500 stitches left on this thing. There was 453 or something like that. So I had to do another 50 stitches or so on something else. But yeah, so that's finally finished.
So good.
Will I make it into a pillow? Who knows? Oh, and this is on 32 count vintage something. It's one of the ones where it's like one-sided.
Hmm.
Vintage Pacific. I don't know. One of those ones. And I just did similar colors, but not the called for colors.
Hmm.
But also. And I also finished my small fall sewing. Ooh, not that. From Tiny Modernist. So this one we got in our swag bags at the Fall Stitch North last year, 2 years ago, 2023. Maybe? No, I don't know. Whatever. No, 2024. Yeah,
Last year.
2024.
Last year. Yeah.
Yeah, last year. And I just kitted it up with stuff that I had like already bought that weekend. So this is pumpkin spice from Kaylee the Sewing Shop. It's 16 count Ada. And then this is just a smattering of Roxy Floss and Rolanda Floss that was like pretty close to the called fors.
Beautiful.
And then I finally got it back out because of the tomato the pickle whip something with a tomato on it. And so we were all like, we don't stitch things with tomatoes on them. And I was like, I do have one thing with a tomato on it, which is this like sewing tomato. So I finished that and yeah. And then I gave the pattern away yesterday at Peel Stitchin'. I put it on the freebie table. And I have one more finish. So this is Carolyn's Balloons Autumn from Jan Hicks. And I started this at the second Stitch North that I ever went to, also kitted up with stuff that I had just randomly purchased. And
Sometimes randomly purchasing the same floss twice.
yeah,
You know your colors. You know your colors. That's all that
and
is.
I've already used that other skein in like multiple other projects. Like it was a good purchase. Um, but yeah, so I had this, and those who may be familiar with this project may know that in the pattern there is like a little town down here with like some houses and some trees. The view is it's too high. You can't see the town in
You were
my.
stitching it for the balloons. You
I
stitched
was stitching
what you
it for the
wanted to
balloons,
stitch. Yeah.
and I had even considered like doing something else on the bottom just because I'm like if I'm gonna do a town, like I was gonna do like that harvest towny town, and I was like, oh, I'll just add that to the bottom or something like that. But then I was like, no, that's crazy, and it would have required too much like.
Yeah. No, this is perfect.
But yeah. And so I just like moved this leaf a little bit so that it would be like more in line with
Hmm.
the bottom here. And then she's
Are you going
done.
to do any of the other ones?
I think I'm gonna do the summer one. And I
Okay.
might do the same thing where I just skip the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe just do some of the balloons, not all of them.
Yeah.
Who knows? I really want to do the lobster one. That's like the cutest one. But yeah, so that's another finish. Have you finished anything?
I have finished a few things. Um, two of which, well, one I have, but I can't show you it. It's packaged and ready to go. It was going to go in the mail this weekend. And then on Thursday, Canada Post went on strike. Well, they've been on strike technically. It's not an illegal strike. They've been on strike technically. They did not need to give notice. They've just been working to rule, no overtime. But they started picketing again because our government wants to shut down a bunch of post offices and cease rural mail delivery, etc. So, anyways, they're on strike again fully. The system has just been slow, and now it is not moving at all. But the project that I'm talking about is is it going to share? It's having a moment. Is The Collector, which is, I did not write down the name of the designer. It's like a very 90s pattern, but we
Mm.
are doing this in hashtag Team 14 Count with Danielle, Mandy, and Michelle. This is Mandy's project. So we're doing it as our Stitch It For Me round robin this year. And so it came to me and it had the woman, it had these green borders and the checker border cat and these hearts. It does have my initials on it now. I guess I took this picture beforehand. So I added this spool of floss and needle, which you might recognize from Deanna's Cottage Core sampler. It was the perfect fit here. I did the words and I did this border, and then I did a top secret surprise that I'm not showing here because I know Mandy watches us, and it is a surprise for when it makes it to her. So this will go to Michelle when the post office opens again. Um, Hopefully, like by the time I am back, the post office is operating again. But who knows, right? Like I fully
Yeah.
support the right to strike, and um, yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
we expect them to be mandated back to work faster than last time. By we, I mean like the general public. Yeah. So I also made this. I have a work colleague who is expecting her first baby imminently in a few weeks here, actually, now. But she is making a quilt for the baby, and she had a whole bunch of people do a square for the quilt. So we could do anything we wanted. And I thought about it for probably longer than I needed to. And I decided to do this cute little embroidery. And so I've got everybody's favorite Bradley's balloons. I had a pearl cotton uh, skein of it, so it's nice and chunky in there. And then these cute little flowers and just welcome, baby. So that um, is going to be part of a quilt. It was really fun. It made me go, why don't I embroider more? Because it goes so fast. It eats floss like a maniac, but it
Yeah.
goes so fast. That took me like what, 3 days probably, something like that. It wasn't very long at all. Um, and it was enjoyable. Other than she had put interfacing on the back of the fabric because she was getting a lot of people who don't do a lot of handicrafts. And I would have preferred not to have the interfacing on it while I was stitching, right? Like better to go
Yeah.
on afterwards. But it just like, especially with the pearl cotton, it was a lot to
Oh
get.
yeah, for sure.
But it turned out great. I persevered. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the full quilt
Mm-hmm.
that she makes. And then my last finish, I just started cutting it out before we started, and I was like, oh no, that's going to take way too long to fussy cut out. So I abandoned it halfway. I'll finish when we're done. Is my Mill Hill Turkey Owl. This is the one that I could not find when we did our um, WIP parade.
Mm-hmm.
But here he is. He is done. He's got his beads on him, which was the last thing left to do. And he's just probably going to go into my bird journal. Um, It'll make it a little thick because of all the beads, but he's perfect. Love him. Um, yeah, so that's everything that I finished that I can show you. I also had 4 starts and finishes this week, but I am going to England very soon via Iceland and Scotland. But I will be hanging out with Helen for 3 weeks. 3 weeks with Helen, one of them in Scotland, and then 2 in Newcastle with her. Although we're going to bop up to Scotland so I can get a tattoo. And we're going to go see a Tetris exhibit in Dundee, which sounds
Oh,
very fun.
cool.
Um, and the cross stitch retreat that I had been going to go for has been canceled at the end of October. So Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, and Amy, Pearls and Ponderings, and I are going to have a mini 3-person retreat. Helen works for the hotel company that it was going to be hosted at, and so she's arranged for us to still have a little stitchy area. So it's going to be the smallest
Oh,
retreat. But we decided we would do swaps, but we would all like do 2, right? So that we all get
mm-hmm.
from everybody, right? With 3 people, it's easy to do that.
Oh,
And so yeah, so I have stitched them and I have to FFO them in the next week. I can do it.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's less than 2 weeks till I leave.
That's so
Can't
exciting.
believe we're already here.
It feels like just yesterday we were talking about this like vague possibility, and then now,
Well, I
like,
booked, like I signed up for the cross stitch retreat over a year ago,
yeah.
right? And so it's been like a long time coming, but it's very exciting. And then Helen is coming for Stitch North in May again. So We'll see her twice in a matter of months.
Oh,
Okay,
very exciting.
I'm gonna stop being geeky about that now. You'll hear more about it later in plans too.
Yeah.
Um, did you start anything?
I did. I did start one thing, which I will bring up on the old iPad here. So my friend and yours, Christy at Pixel Pixie,
Oh, I know her.
um, yeah, she hadn't really been designing a lot in the last little while. Just, focusing on family and other things. But she did drop this amazing Halloween pattern this week.
Oh, there we go.
And I love it so much. It's so perfect. And as soon as I was like looking at it and I was like picturing what I could stitch it with, um, I remembered I have all these amazing Roxy Floss colors. So this is my palette plus a glow in the dark DMC for some of the white bits. I'm
Excellent.
gonna change some of them to green, like I'm just sort of adding that green color in there, just going on vibes. Um, but it was like an instant start. So I'm starting right in the middle with the words. And this is a 28 count haunted Picture This Plus that I got, I think, from Michelle Bendy's auction, I
Sounds like
believe.
something she would do.
Yeah. And it's like the perfect color for my palette. So
Beautiful.
a little Halloween start since I haven't really started anything else in a while. I've been trying, focusing on finishing again.
Fantastic. I only started the projects that I cannot show.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know. Do you want to dive into your whips? Should I do my whips?
You can do yours.
Okay. So I have a lot of whips because if you watched the whip parade, I was behind on my work on every project for its birthday, and I'm a little bit behind now, but I caught up through August, and so I did a ton of 1 or 2 day stitching on a bunch of things. So some of these are that, and some of these are other things, but I will just show you what I did. This was just Helen and I had our last Angel of Love stitching before I go visit, and I did a little bit of blue in here, and I started adding some more of the DMC in here. This is coming with me on my trip. I think probably, like, I'm not going to bother bringing the beads, but I'm going to bring her, and so hopefully she gets some good stitching in. And watch out for photo shoots of mine and Helen's together because we do connect. Like, Helen's at the base of the wings essentially, and so like there's going to be a gap in the middle, but we do connect. So
Ah, that's so good.
yeah, so she's beautiful. I still love her. She is huge. Um, but she's just, labor of love, slowly but surely. And when I come back, I'm gonna put it on scroll rods that I got from Anna by Megan.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then beads, 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 beads. I have been working really hard on Rebirth from Uncanny Kari and these 20 stitches because I'm going to be passing the stash, the pattern, the fabric, and the floss to Helen when I see her. So I want to finish mine so I can just take the kit and I can cut the fabric in half and all that good stuff. And so here it is. I'm working on, so I've got this bird to fill in and I finished that dark blue. So this bird, and then there's one more bird up here and then the purple. So this repeats in every corner and these little things to fill out in the border. So it's so close. I wouldn't be surprised if it is finished later today.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been loving stitching on it a lot. So it's a beautiful pattern, well charted as always by Dee. He is excellent at charting, even all the 3/4 stitches that you don't want to do um,
Does
are
look like
somehow still a-okay with Dee's charting. So. I worked on my Witchy Stitcher Vintage Halloween Carousel. Those who know that this was the very first pattern that Meg released on her Patreon. And I have been a Patreon member ever since. And I've stitched other things from her Patreon. Not a ton, but a few other things. I started this almost immediately, and then I didn't really work on it for very long. So I put in a whole bunch in here, and then this big piece. And I think some of this, I'm not really sure, but this is on a Fortnite fabric, so you can't get it. So don't tell me how beautiful the fabric is because I know and I'm still sad about it. And then just using the called for DMCs. Yeah. I couldn't decide if I still liked it or not, but then when I picked it, not that I don't like it, but if I still wanted to work on it. But then when I picked it up and started doing it, I was like, yes, this is a pattern I want to finish. So I will keep plunking away at it. Slowly but surely. It'll probably come off the Q snap after today though, because it doesn't need to stay on there. So I was like, oh, I'll just keep working on these a little bit. And then I did not do a ton of stitching in September. Let's just be clear. Then Maggie the Messmaker also had a birthday. Also still on the Q snap because I also said, oh, I'll just keep working on it a little bit. I have not. I worked on filling in a bunch in the windows here for this one. Yeah, that was what it is. It will also come off the Q snap. She's chonky, right? Like that window is just here. And so I've got this whole thing sort of down to the cases done up to the window. So I've got not even a quarter of it done yet. So if I ever want it on my wall, it needs attention. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Is that they need attention. I have finished a lot of things this year though. So I should not berate myself. I also worked on my moon phase bell pull, both because it had a birthday and also just because I would still like to get this done this year if possible. I'm debating if I take this with me. It's dark and it's 36 count. So it's not necessarily the best travel stitching. But not all my stitching has to be travel stitching because I'm also just hanging out at Helen's house. So.
Yeah.
But I got the center moon done and the start of the next moon. So I don't know if I'm at like the 50% part because there's a lot of stitches in the trees, but I'm definitely halfway through the pattern itself.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that moon goes on to the next page. So yeah, like I'm at that half. That's the halfway. So yeah. And I do some border and then I do some moon and then I do some border and then I do some moon. So I'm not getting sick of the border or sick of white stitches. I do love it a lot. I have a color shift halfway through, which I'm debating what to do about. It didn't look so bad here, and then sometimes
I couldn't notice it from here.
I don't know.
I was kind of like looking to see if I could, but yeah.
Just depends on the lighting. I worked on Moonglow for I think just one day. I had not worked on it since I started it. And then I worked on it. So I had the stitches in the moon not quite finished. So I finished the moon, brought this down and started on her hair. This is a 28 count linen that I dyed myself when I was dyeing fabrics for my octopus treasure cave. And then this one didn't make the cut. And I was like, oh, it would be perfect for Moonglow. So there's not a ton of stitching in this pattern. So it would go probably fairly quickly if I worked on it more than one day every 2 years.
That's what I keep hearing.
Right? It seems suspicious. Then I worked on Caterpillar Lad, which is charted by Kaylee at the sewing shop, but it's art by Brooklyn Stormy, who just does these really whimsical paintings. I love it. I have the no background version. So I've got appropriately dyed fabric from Kaylee. I bought it as the whole kit. Um, and so I worked on it. I finished some more of the trees in here. I've got another color or two to come in and add in there, so they're not completely done. But then I couldn't resist, and I started working on the actual caterpillar lad.
Mm-hmm.
And so this isn't actually going to be that big. Like that's the middle point.
Well, yeah.
So it's not huge. This is a 20 count, I believe. Might be 20 or might be 18. But yeah, just one day on this, so not a ton of progress. But I love it. I will eventually finish it, I promise. I want it all. Yeah. But another one that I only spent a day on was my Thurza Goes Goth. Um, I'm doing this on Fox and Needle, Fox and Rabbit, Tornado. And I think I had a hanging thread, so I brought the border down here, and then I brought the border across the top. I'm showing this really weird. I'm trying to point, and then some motif stuff in the middle. I started working on that boat. So that's also the halfway point across the top, that boat. So
Yeah.
should fit on this
Nice.
perfectly. And then yeah, it's another one that like just needs love. It's a pleasure to work on. I love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
As I continue to work down my WIP list, more things will get more time. That's what I have to keep reminding myself. There is a purpose to me focusing on more stuff this
Mm-hmm.
year. And then this was the last of my catch ups was my summer Quaker. And so I had essentially this and I think a little bit of this and a little bit of this or something. I added the orange, brought this in, I think finished this. I can't really remember, but not a ton. This is an 18 count, 27 and a half shades of gray from Kaylee at the sewing shop, and I love it. Um, if you've been a long time viewer, you know I was like, oh, I want to do my summer Quaker on gray. I'm gonna have to message Kaylee and see what she's got. And then this came as a fabric of the month just in time, just before I was gonna message her. So
Yeah, it was
like
literally perfect.
so this is another giant chart that just needs more time. Because I started it 2 years ago. And this was the second time that I've worked on it. They don't go bad. They don't go bad.
No, they last forever.
Finally, my last WIP that I worked on was my Octopus's Treasure Cave. This came up as a Monopoly one. And what I did was, so I had the whole border and I had the top and the bottom black work done. So I did the black work on the sides, which is hard to see on camera. But it's in there and it shows up much better in person. I dyed this myself too. This one is a 28 count Monaco, and I just thought the color was a bit better, not quite as dark,
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
what I wanted for this. So it made the cut. I love this. My goal was to have the border done, and so now the border is done. So if you don't see this again this year, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I sort of, when I started this in January, thought by the end of the year, I wanted to have the border completely done. Um, other than there's beads that go
Yeah.
off, but the stitching is done.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Good.
I also want it on my wall. So if you don't, that's a chatelaine pattern. I don't think I said that. Octopus's Treasure Cave. I don't have a cover photo easily available because the pattern doesn't even come with one because it was like a in stages class. So
Uh,
right, like it's a PDF but doesn't have a cover photo.
mm-hmm.
That is everything I have stitched on, except for the ones that I can't show you since our parade, which is
Okay.
a lot. It's been like a month and a half. And a lot of
Yeah,
those were 1 day only things. And then I've also had several days with no stitching at all. So
me too. There was definitely a lot of days when I wasn't stitching, and also the only things that I did stitch on were because they got called from Monopoly. I was barely doing any just other stitching. So Monopoly is the only reason that I kept stitching at all in September. I
well,
probably
good job, Monopoly. Good job.
um so this came up this is in my Notion as something that I have worked on since our WIP parade, but I don't really know what I did on it because I don't remember where I was before. But this is Xmas Village by Jenny Van Den Weel, and I have been working on this for a very long time. So I have decided to cut it off at the pond here. So I moved this snowman up here because I still wanted to stitch him, but he was like down here. And I'm just gonna like bring the fence across here as well, and then add some more trees and do the trees up here, and then that'll be done.
I think it is the fence piece that you maybe stitched on.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that. Although
probably.
that's not where the hoop marks are. So that doesn't make
Mhm.
sense either.
Well, I moved it over. I moved it over, and then I was gonna start working on this part.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so there's,
The
and then there's
viewers
also,
probably know better than we do.
yeah. Someone tell me. And then there's like another horse because there's another horse character over here, so I'm gonna do the other horse.
It's looking great. I
Yeah,
like your plan. I think it will feel
I
like a
think
complete project. Yeah.
that's plenty.
Yeah.
Some villages don't have other buildings.
Yeah, it's just really small. It's like the hamlet that I used to live in.
And then I this was also on my list of something that I worked on, and I don't think I did very much on it, but it was like a day of stitching. So this is the ink circles tea berry tile. Yeah, I don't think I worked on this, but it was on the list. I don't know. So
I feel like there's more on there than there was in the whip parade.
maybe. But I also had this
Huh.
like already on there. But yeah, I really want to finish this year and start one of the other ones because I'm going to do them all on this fabric. And I really love how the colors look on there.
Yeah, they pop really
I
nice.
made the most perfect choice. And one thing that I definitely worked on, because I landed on a spot in Monopoly that said you have to work on a full coverage piece. Did I have a picture? So I only have two full coverage pieces now that I could have worked on. So like technically my patchwork turtle is full coverage, but all I have left on that is backstitch. And I didn't want to have to like figure out the backstitch. So this is the Northern Lights piece that I'm doing. It's by Amanda Butler. And I had to do, I think, 500 stitches on this. So I did quite a bit. Because I was like on this like green strip. So I did these two and I did the rest of the bottom here because I would basically just like pick a color and go until I ran out.
Yeah.
And then I'm right up to like where like the snow and the top of the cabin
It's
is.
looking amazing. Those colors are really nice.
And I did really enjoy working on this when I got it out, so I will try to do a little bit more work on that too. And then another call that I got from Monopoly was 100 stitches on your latest project. And I actually don't think this is my latest project, but it's the one that I chose because that's at the time I thought it was. So it's this little llama berry basket, which I started at the Stitch and Stash retreat. And so I did a little bit more on, I think I only had to do like 100 stitches. So I just basically did this top of the basket handle thing.
Almost done.
Yeah. I know. I just have to finish the basket and then do the llama, and then there's like the greens on the strawberries and fill in the the basket. I did cut off a row of the basket.
It's
Just
perfect.
it was gonna be a little like it was gonna be too close to the edge, and I was like, whatever. Michelle said it was fine.
Yeah, nobody would know if you didn't keep telling us.
Yeah, exactly. And then this one did not actually get called for Monopoly, but it is gonna be my next one that I try to finish. And it is the Duckworth Street Sampler, which is by D's 20 Stitches, which they designed in honor of the very short-lived Brit and Needle brick and mortar store in Newfoundland, which was on Duckworth Street. So I brought this to Peel Stitch In yesterday and I did this row of flowers. I finished this number, I did these numbers, and I did this bird. And he just needs his beak.
Oh.
So all I really have left is the flowers on the top and then the vines and stuff on the bottom. And then there's like scissors and needles and little sewing tomatoes as well on the side.
So good.
Pretty close to a finish.
Yeah.
And this is on a 14 count thumping with most of the called for Brit and Needle colors and then a couple of Roxy subs.
Beautiful.
Everything I worked on since the WIP grade.
So we haven't done a regular floss tube since we came back from Stitch and Stash. So it's been 3 months. And even when you think you're not buying that much stuff, it does tend to accumulate a little bit. So if you are not a haul person, this is your cue. There's just going to be a lot of stuff. We're just sharing, because people like to see the things. Some people, not everybody. But yeah, so we will do our haul. And if you are influenced by us, I apologize in advance. It is what it is. So,
however, we do also support a lot of our friends.
True. It's
small
true.
businesses. So if you are influenced and you support our friends also, I don't apologize.
That's fair. That's very fair. And I honestly couldn't tell you if I have bought anything digitally that I should be sharing here. So I'm not even going to try and figure that out. I do know I realized after we started, I left my most recent Patreon quarterly gift from Deanna upstairs. She made us the cauldron into a sticker, cauldron quirky Quaker sticker, and her bat, the Whimsy and Wild designs.
Yeah.
The bat, and that one is holographic, and I love it. And so I
that's
apologize for not being able to show you. But if you're not already a patron of Deanna, whether it is once a year gifts or 4 times a year gifts, it is worth it. Plus her patterns are great too. So, do you want me to do my haul first?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is in no order. This is just stuff that I have been piling up waiting for you. It's probably not everything. And that is what it is. I'm first going to share. So I participated in the fantasy something fanatical fantasy fandoms swap. I don't know. Hosted by Heather. Link is my homeboy. She's not sure how much more swapping she's going to be doing. But she is the mastermind behind these swaps. Anyways, so I received my swap from Aya Rosen. This lived across the street from me for almost 2 months. I wasn't really like too concerned about it because the deadline to send got pushed back, and then because Canada Post has been working to order, everything is moving slowly. But it got to be the end of August or maybe even start of September. And so I reached out to Link, is my homeboy, Heather, and just said, hey, like I haven't got my thing. And she's like, oh no, it says it was delivered. So I figured it out. I put a typo in my address, so it was my mistake. So I went across the street and talked to my neighbor. She's like, "Oh yeah, I do have something weird." And she's like, "I've been all up and down the street looking for the house number because it wasn't even an actual house number. So it's great that it got delivered in
Oh,
general." But she's like, "I've been all up and down the street," and she's like, "I didn't even like clue in that Megan is you." Even though
yeah,
you're Megan, she's like, that makes sense. But she was looking on her side of the street because it was an odd number that I had put in, and I am on the even side
yeah.
of the street. So she wasn't even thinking about the other side of the street. Anyways, Aya stitched part of Namarie tapestry and made it into a beautiful bag.
It's so nice. I can see.
And if that wasn't enough, because it was enough, there was a set of cards, but that I put with other things with cards. Lord of the Rings cards, to be clear. I also made this cute little stitching kit, a little needle minder, um, which I have to take off maybe to open it. But right, like this little hand stitch kit. And there's a pair of snips, a needle, um, some bobbins, a needle threader, which is attached to the tassel here. Like just everything you need to stitch. I guess two needle threaders, everything you need to stitch, because she also sent Lord of the Rings / tarot themed bookmark pattern that she made herself. And what you need to stitch it. So I'm going to take this as one of my little projects with me on my trip because it will be easy stitching. It's 4 colors, mostly black. It is, I think this is a 28 count linen. I don't know. It's a chunky linen, so it'll be easy to hand stitch. And I'm just going to stitch it. It's going to be
Yeah,
great. I
yeah,
love
they're
it.
perfect.
Maybe I'll do them over one. Who knows? Um, but I love it. I love it so much. I was blown away by the generosity. Oh, there was a hand painted card too, which is also not in here. It's
It
upstairs.
was definitely worth the
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
And I'm glad that your neighbor just held on to it
yeah.
instead of
Right,
doing something else with it.
right.
Yeah.
I'm very glad as well. I love it. I love it so much. Um, Other haul. A couple weekends ago was there's a fiber show in town every year. And so I went and I was mostly well behaved. Um, I got stuff for my mom for Christmas, which was most of what I got. So I'm not showing that because it's not my haul. I got this really cute knitting bag. It's got a drawstring, a handle, it's got all these exterior pockets, it's got interior pockets.
Oh, that's very cute. Go
And
fast.
the woman is fairly local. I also got from her, but I don't have it because it's in my car. Like back of the seat garbage bag.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Those are great.
lined with water resistant material so you can like wash it out. So you can put not just
Like
paper garbage,
paper. Yeah.
right? I can stick my apple core in there when I don't know what to do with it in the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And then just dump it into the garbage at home. I got this sock set because I needed those colors in my life. Have I knitted a pair of socks? No. Do I have everything I need to knit socks, including many more sock sets? Yes. At some point, I need to just sit down and do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this was great, so I needed that. I got these rainbow sets of like mini skeins. Um, the dyer Fat Marmot Knits has like she uses them to over knit, like to do basically cross stitch on knit things. But I also just thought that they were really pretty and I could do something with them of some sort. I don't know. If I get into embroidery, they could be for embroidery. Who
Those
knows?
are perfect. Yeah.
I just needed them. They were great. And then finally, I bought this hook hooked rug hooking kit. I had signed up in the summer to take a class where it's not this person teaching it, it's somebody local teaching it, but they didn't get enough people to sign up. But I bought one of the kits that I would have gotten there anyways, and the actual designer, Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio, has a bunch of videos on her site to help you do the thing. So it comes with all the different, comes with the base fabric, the hook itself, and all the different fibers to do these beautiful houses. She is East Coast based, if you couldn't figure it out from those houses. I don't know if it's Newfoundland or otherwise. I don't think it says on here. But very East Coast imagery, but just beautiful, colorful. She had a bunch of other ones. It's the local yarn shop that was selling these. And so if I become addicted, I can go get more because they had a whole bunch. I had to pick just one though.
Yeah,
Just
for now.
when will I do it? Who knows? That was the thing about taking a class, is that then there was a time that I had to go and do it at that time. But
Yeah.
they said they might do it again this fall. I suspect that they'll probably run it while I'm away if they do it, because that would be my luck. When we were at the Stitch and Stash retreat in June, I had asked the Mr. Frame store to order me this otter because other people bought it and I needed it. And then my phone wasn't saving voicemails for a little while for some reason. Anyways, they had to call me like thrice before I actually spoke with them and paid for it, and they put it in the mail.
Oh,
I don't know. But it's beautiful. I love it. It's gonna go in my little stash of mill kits. I have two other ones that I have had longer than this one, so I should do those ones first. But
I have so many, and I haven't done one in so long.
I keep them at work for the odd moment when I can actually stitch when I'm on something. It's a good work project. I have two things of Rolanda floss. I guarantee you I have had a third in this time frame, but I might have already just unpacked them. My Hand Dyed by Rolanda monthly flosses. Beautiful as always. I'm in love.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. But I, as you know, always go, maybe I should quit that.
And then you get it, and you're like, I can never quit you.
I I know I do not have more Hand Dyed by Rolanda than DMC, but it feels sometimes like I have more because it's all hanging, whereas the DMC is not all hanging. So I don't see it all.
It's got to be getting pretty close, though.
There's a lot. I've got her on 2 rings now.
Yeah.
Giant rings. Yeah. I also have to show you 3 months worth of fabric and bags from Kaylee, as well as I made a small purchase from her too. So this is the sewing shop Kaylee 10 Stitch portion of the show. There's probably going to be a second portion in Megan's haul too. But
Teeny tiny little.
I'm not actually sure which month these things came in either. I know this is the most recent, but I don't know about the other ones. But this was my tiny bag of the month.
So little.
Cute. It's got a little bat charm. Love it. I love it a lot. I think I have to quit the bag of a month club after this year though, because I've been whipping down.
Yeah.
So many bags. And these ones are more for like keeping things inside of bigger bags. But still, I do think that the time has come where I need to slow my roll, especially if I keep buying other project bags. Like I just don't need them all. This is artichoke heart. It's pink and green. The color is maybe not the best here.
I can see a little bit of pink.
Yeah, it's not as dark as it's trying to show though. It's lighter than that.
Oh, okay.
40 count linen. The beautiful neutral. Love it. This I ordered separately, and so it came in this bag that is really nice, and it's got a fun pull on it. That is beads in acrylic. A nice little like accoutrement bag. but I ordered from Kaylee. She did another set of flosses. So I ordered the flosses. Have I used the other flosses yet? No. I have used some for
Also,
floss before because I got some in my very first thing that I ordered from her.
yeah,
But these ones are like 1975,
I got those too.
1977,
They're so good.
1976. I don't have them in order. You can't see them very well. I'm going to put them on a board. But we go from 1975
To
to
1980.
1980. So I'm just going to put them in order on the board. And they're not as neon as the other ones that she did,
Hmm.
but they're lovely. So,
Yeah, they're like a little more earthy,
yeah,
hippie 70s.
they're great. I love them. I will use them in things as my need arises. Um, do I need more floss in my life? Do I keep
Yes.
buying? Yes. And I like the bake.
Yeah, that's good, babe.
Um, and then because things can't travel alone, and because I really liked the mint strawberry Lugana from the cottage core sampler, I ordered the mint strawberry Lugana on Ada, and it's
Mm.
poppier, which is also fun. So I've got a piece of this. This is a 20 count Ada sack quarter.
See, and
Beautiful.
that's even different than the 16 count Ada that I have.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love it. Here's another bag of the month. It's got a phoenix and this
Oh.
beautiful, like, I don't know, cushion fabric.
Hmm.
That's great. It came with this beautiful piece of fabric, which is golden hour 40 count linen. I'm just gonna hold the whole thing up and hope that the light does it justice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little lighter than what it's showing, but it's pulling out all those colors. It is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that's gorgeous.
Beautiful. So, and then the last bag that I have is this really fun alien bag. And then this green is like velvet.
Mm.
So it is like a hefty bag. Those aliens are fantastic.
Yeah,
And it
that's.
came with 40 count thin ice, which I'll just hold up like this. It's just a really nice,
Ooh, yeah.
that's,
It was showing blue, but now it's kind of
yeah,
going gray. There
this,
we go.
yeah.
It's like almost like denim blue.
So that is my Kaylee haul. We're not done. We're almost done. We're just not quite there. Um, I have my last quarterly Deanna haul, um, which she sent out just after she had been in England. I feel like there was maybe a little bit more here, and I probably used it for other things. But she gave us the Roman baths
Oh, cute.
and then some accoutrement, including I too have a bird's custard sticker.
Ah,
I feel like there was a quirky Quaker in there, and I don't know what I did with it. So
hmm.
little frog guys, flowers, right? Just some journaling things. This I can put here. I will not be going to Bath while I'm in England. I'm staying in the north. Um,
There's some Roman ruins in Chester.
okay. I haven't really like decided what I'm doing other than like the planned stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll do what I do. I've been hitting
Little
up
day trip.
the buy and sell on Facebook, although I have hidden Facebook on my phone, so now I don't even look at it every day, which is good for me.
Smart.
So now I'm not
Do
seeing the
that
buy
with
and
Twitter.
sell, which is probably also good for me because I have things. I don't need more things. Our friend Melissa, Sheba Designs, you know her and love her, was doing a Mirabilia destash, and I snagged Santa's Magic for an excellent price. She was not selling at eBay rates, so I love it. I um, want to stitch him on red.
Oh, yeah, your candy apple.
I'm thinking candy apple from Roxy. My candy apple is 36 count. So I either have to change the beads if I want to do them on 36 count, or I have to order more candy apple. But I'm
Yeah.
not starting him for a while, but I own him now. He's mine, and I will stitch him at some point. I had also, before that, gotten this lavender lace Santa. So, we're Santaing it up here. I've just been enjoying Angel of Love so much that I figured I should have another lavender lace. This one is not got beads at all. It's mostly DMC and a little bit of Krynic. Um, it even just says gold. So it's
Yeah.
probably DMC gold, but something gold. Um,
Whatever metallic you want.
yeah. I also really like from Lavender and Lace the one with all the animals, the woodland Santa or whatever it is. But
Oh, yeah.
it's harder to get. So I just went with the one that I didn't have to fight for. I also got this because I love just like the feel of this.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
This designer, I assume doesn't design anymore, has some very questionable, like a lot of Inuit stuff. As far as I can tell, she is not herself. So, I, yeah, a lot of her stuff is not necessarily great, but I love these birds. These birds are not cultural appropriation. I bought it used. It's a hand drawn chart. Like these things are old.
Hmm.
So I felt like it was okay to stitch these birds, even if I don't agree with this person's choices overall.
Hmm.
And then my last thing from the buy and sell was this beautiful Dimensions Wizard. This is just the pattern, it's not a kit. Um, he's beautiful. I love him.
Yeah.
There's also a Santa pattern where I had never like realized in my mind, but it came up not long after a kit for a Santa pattern. That's the same chart, but it's got like instead of smoke, it's got reindeers
Oh,
and like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
feed the wizard into Santa. Yeah, but yeah, it's the same pose. So I mean, good use of what you've got, but it's a pretty standard dimensions chart. A lot of different blends and things like that. But when will I start it? I don't know, but I own it now. It lives at my house. I can pull it out to do it when I want. I also, on a whim, bought this beautiful beaded kit, which I'm not going to take out, but it's a printed fabric, and then you put beads everywhere. Um, it's a Ukrainian company, came from Ukraine, real quick. I got it from, they have their own Etsy shop. I know there's some people who sell it and you can buy them on Amazon and things like that, but I just got it off
Hmm.
their Etsy shop.
It's
Again,
beautiful.
when will I do it? I don't know, but I love it.
Whenever you want.
I do like beading, right? It
Yeah.
just, um, yeah, again, it's now in my stash for at some point in the future, when I'm old and retired. Do we retire? I don't think we retire anymore. Um,
No, we're all just gonna drop dead at our desks one day.
or the apocalypse is going to come and retirement
Oh, yeah.
because we're not going to be.
I think I would prefer an apocalypse to just living out my days.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how it goes. Um, world is scary right now. Like, let's just put it that way. If you are watching from war ravaged Portland, I'm sorry to hear about all the war there.
Yeah.
I got the witchy stitching book.
Oh.
I ordered directly from Meg, so I've got a signed witchy stitching book. There are so many patterns in here. I'm not going to do a complete flip through, but I'm going to show you the first one that I'm going to do when I get around to stitching anything from this, if I can find it. Do do do. I should have marked it.
Yeah.
I think.
I am curious about that book. I might. I might end up ordering one.
We can do a little flip through after. Anyways, I love this bat buddy.
Oh, that's cute.
So, yeah, lots of good patterns. Highly recommend.
Hmm.
There's like 25 patterns in there, and it was, I mean, shipping aside, $25, I think. Like
Oh, that's a
your
deal.
per pattern price.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah. And then I did an order from Sheba Designs. I got this beautiful owl bag. I got another folio covered in birds
Hmm. Hmm.
with, I guess there's a raccoon there too, a monkey. Nice fabrics inside. There's,
Beautiful.
it's not just birds. Beautiful. And this floss bed, which is pigeons and bikes.
Ooh, cute.
That pigeon just spoke to me.
Yeah.
Megan has seen me interact with, for lack of a better word, the pigeons in New York. She knows where they live in my heart, right in the middle.
I love pigeons.
And then I bought this non-deluxe floss bed
Mm-hmm.
because I
Very
needed
cute.
it as well. So that's that's the stash.
Well done.
I know more has come since,
That's good.
but I have both not been buying a lot, but then when I see this pile, I'm like, oh, I could
But that's like
buy a little less too.
that's 3 months. That's a solid 3 months.
It's 3 months, but do I need? I don't need any of it. I could just,
And
and I would be perfectly fine.
yeah. No,
That's
I mean same. But at the end of the day, there are so little pleasures left in this life. Buying things, just it's
and
all I have
that's
left. It's all I have
not
left.
even talking about my Millennium Falcon
Yeah.
live.
I also have a few purchases to share. So everyone knows the absolute best haul is the ones where you buy them like a long, long time ago, and then they get sent to you as a surprise. So we all got the Brennan Needle. What were they? It was just like a
It was the exclusive, and they had a variety of levels when they were starting the shop to help fundraise
yeah. So it was like, give us money now. We'll send you goodies
later.
when we have everything sorted out, whatever, whatever. So we got our patterns and our fabric a little while ago, and then the floss was forthcoming because they were having a little bit of a trouble getting floss and dyeing it and such. So I got mine a little while ago, and
So good.
they are fantastic. But I don't have anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're showing up.
Is there like 8 skeins there?
Um, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't know that I
These
was expecting 8. I haven't gotten mine yet.
these two I think are the same. So I
Okay.
got a couple. Um, yeah. And then these are all like different purple colors, but they are equally beautiful and stunning.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Such a great, I don't know what I will do with them. Doesn't
Well, you
matter.
add them to your brain and needle stash and you use them when you use them. Like all
And
brain needles.
when I like because they also were recently at the there was a retreat in Ottawa and they hadn't been vending at anything in so long and I was so mad that I wasn't going to be able to see them because I missed them so much
Mhm.
and they're beautiful things. So I was very happy to receive that. I have been to two peel stitch-ins since we started, since the last time that we showed such things. And I did actually make a plan at the one in July of like things that I was going to purchase. And did I even put the pattern in here? Question mark? I don't know. Oh yes, here we go. Oh no, it's not. Maybe I don't have. I may not have this actual pattern, but
I
anyway,
never needed to have patterns.
it's in ink circles. And it's like the one there's like palm trees and it's like at the beach or whatever.
Mhm.
And it was all classic color works. And at the last stitch in st or the last peel stitch in, Kim at Designs brought their entire classic color works stash. So I was like, oh, I bet I can hit that up. So I bought
Beautiful.
all of these.
Is this for our round robin? Our
No,
round
no, that is going to be the Forest of Zag,
our round pentagon or pentagon robin? Pentagon.
Pentagonal Robin. And then I also got this piece of fabric from Rolanda
Beautiful.
to put my beach scene on. And I may or may not have already owned this before, and I just decided it would be the perfect color. And then I also bought this very beachy bag from
We love
Rolanda at Shiba Designs to put my beach thing in. I know the pattern is a PDF, but I thought I had actually downloaded it. Apparently, I have not. But anyway,
these things
regardless,
happen.
I'll obviously find it before I start stitching. Um, whenever that will be. And so the other things that I bought at that Stitch and Stash, so I got the thread bed, the matching thread bed for that bag. I should actually just put them. I've been stitching a lot with thread beds lately. Like every time I start something new, I always pick up a thread bed to go with it. I also got another thread bed and a folder, this is my first folder.
Oh, those fabrics are
They're so,
it screams, Megan.
and I got the folder to
Oh,
the other one too.
you've
I
gone
just went
down
for
the folder home.
the whole line.
Yeah, yeah,
I love the inside fabric.
that's perfect.
The little turtles. So I got all of that. I got some fabric from Kim at Stitches. So they had some Be Stitch Me and some Forbidden Fiber Co. So this one is 32 count Lugana Lotus
Nice.
purple. And then this one is 28 count Lugana pistachio.
Oh, that's nice.
Green.
Like a green.
And they also had this Be Stitch Me uh pumpkin patch. Yeah, pumpkin patch. So it's a 28 count.
Beautiful.
Love that color. I've seen that one online and I almost ordered some, but then I was like, no. And then I also got these little things.
Those are cute.
Halloween and fall. And then I went over to Rolanda and I got this is a 16 count Ada. It doesn't have any name, but it's like marble blue and like
It's like a neutral with a lot of interest.
yeah. And then I got this. This one is called Aurora, and this is a 32 count Lugana.
Excellent.
I think someone else picked up something similar to this, and I like went back to like look through again because you just see like the top and it's like purple or whatever, but then you open it up and it's like no.
Yeah, you gotta really like look at that stuff.
Yeah, there's always a surprise. And then I also bought this is also a 32 count. It doesn't have a name. pink and
That's
like
really
orange.
pretty too.
Very floral, very pretty. And she had her big Hanks at that one, and so I got a selection of different ones.
You're not gonna run out. Yeah, it's good.
No, not for a little while anyway. And then at the peel stitching yesterday, I won a Rolanda. Oh, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar. This one's a little bit more
You could
brown.
mix and match if you wanted two
Oh,
things.
totally. Yeah, this one's a little bit more teal and blue, and this one's a little bit more brown, but they're very similar.
Yeah, they're friends,
Hmm.
siblings even.
It might just be like a different version of that same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else did I get yesterday? This bag from Sheba,
Good bag.
Melissa, to go with the crow. And I got the sugar. They're so cute. They also had the wolf and the koala, but I resisted. And
Very
I
proud
also
of you.
bought this fall color pack of Valdani.
Oh, nice.
It's not for any particular project, it's just a selection of beautiful fall colors. And I was like, yeah, I'll be having that. Tiny Modernist was there. So I got this hedgehog friend,
Oh, that's cute.
which
I
I
don't
think
think
I
I've
might
seen that one.
do with my
Yeah,
floss bag.
probably just need a white,
Yeah,
maybe black. There's probably some black in there.
yeah. And then I also got, she made another little biscornu. It's so, so cute. And I was like, immediately, I was like, I need to find a pumpkin button
Yeah.
to put there. And then she also has a new mouse. This is Thanksgiving mouse. And she has pumpkin
Girl.
and a turkey. I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. She was like,
Oh.
thank you. I got a couple of floss colors to go with my sugar glider and my crow. So I got, this is called chalkboard and ash for my crow for the lighter color. I just need like the lighter gray. And then I also got black crow from Dental Arts for that, for the dark parts. And then this one was the actual called for one for the sugar glider. And then they had another one that I don't use. So I got this one instead from
Okay.
Hidden Fiber.
Nice.
And then I also just got this one just because I liked it. It's
Uh,
also a Dental Arts, and it was only $2.
oh, it's one of their limited edition ones, so it's
Yeah.
not replicated. Yeah.
And then this one from also Forbidden Fiber, which is just like a
Nice.
kind of like purpley blue. And then, so I was going in a row. So that's when I went to Sheba. So I got this one, which was on sale because it's like one of the older ones,
Oh, but it's
like
so good.
vintage Halloween one. And then this beautiful moth fabric, which I almost bought the bag of this, but I was like, don't be crazy. So I
Mm.
just got this because she was doing a deal where if you buy a bag, you get $5 off the deluxe bed, and I was like, you got yourself a deal. And then over at Rolanda, I was holding out my patterns and kind of like looking at like what if there was any colors I needed. So she helped me pick out this one for the crow and the sugar glider. So I think the called for is just like picture this plus legacy. So just like a neutral. This one has a little bit more green in it, but that's not really coming through. but I like the idea of sort of like a green because they're both like up in the trees. And then for my little hedgehog with the Valdani pack, we picked this one. So similar, kind of like dark. This one I think is called, oh, Bracken. It was between this and Sandstone. We chose Bracken.
Nice.
And then I also got another little thread pack from her because it had this green in it, which I thought would be good for the leaves.
Oh yeah,
And
that is perfect match.
yeah. And then also like, some other colors. Because I just need more colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it from the two peel stitch-ins. And then I also did an order from Kaylee because I also needed those
The new
colors.
flosses.
And mine also came
Oh, look how cute your bag is.
fun bag.
Nice. She doesn't tell you you're getting a bag for your floss. She just sends them in a bag.
Oh, that was a
She
surprise.
is like above and beyond always. We love you.
So mine,
Beautiful.
so beautiful. Love my little bag. Love my zipper pull. I got the Marvel bag.
Nice.
I like it. And I just got a couple pieces of fabric. I was very restrained. I got this one is called Pretty Emo.
Oh, I
This
like
one,
that.
right? This is an 18 count. Pretty Emo. And then this one is Violet Beauregard, and this one is a 16.
Oh, wow.
It's coming through a little whiter. It's not really white. Actually, that's good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, everything's falling down.
Kaylee's amazing.
But yeah, that was it. That was all I got. Just a few things.
Yeah.
A few things to tide me over.
We love it. We love it. We
I did want to show my I did get some digital patterns. I brought them
oh,
up. So
you're more organized than me.
I did go on to what's her name? Selena Alexander. She
Mhm.
released this little narwhal using the night garden palette. And then I also because I went to Pixel Pixies Ko-Fi to order the Halloween one. And so while I was there, I also got this one. It's really cute. And
Poor little spiders.
let them in. They're cool. This one, which I don't even think I saw this one before, when I was going through her shop. Are you gonna pop up? There you go. The Odyssey.
Oh yeah, she released that a little while ago, as part of something, I think.
Yeah, I
Can't
really like
remember for
that.
sure. I just know that when I saw it, I was like, that was gorgeous. And then I said, Megan, you can't just start things.
Working.
That
And
does
then
not
this one,
align with my whip it down plans.
right? which I remember when this one came out and I was gonna get it then, but I kind of just put it off.
Oh,
But
I
I'm
do
so
have that one. I have not started it yet though.
yeah, I really liked that one. And then speaking of Halloween patterns, our our other friend, um, M. Kanikari also released
Mm.
her Halloween themed pattern. And so I got that one. It's down.
I told myself I have to actually stitch on the other one from her, the garden one. Pumpkin
So
patch, midnight pumpkin patch.
it's called Undead Orchard and it's
It's so good.
amazing.
Mhm.
Which I also wanted to start that,
Her Patreon,
but I'm holding off because I just started that other Halloween.
yeah.
Are you referring to this one?
Yes, I have to stitch that before I.
Because I also just bought this one when I bought that one because I was like, you know what? I'm here.
I've decided I'm gonna completely restart that one. Um,
Oh, you're not gonna just like change that one pink that you.
no, because
Yeah,
I have better fabric now, and it's a.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna restart it. I do want to though. Um, if you're not on Kari's Patreon, she does these cute little patterns. Um, and she did this for us. I think as she was probably working on the art.
Oh, oh yeah.
But she's got like the ghost is in front of a thing. So she's got this whole, and she like talks about it in the pattern for making it
Yeah.
translucent. It's very cool. So I should whip that out because it's cute. But also, I have 11 days and things to do. So
Yeah.
it will still be good when I get back.
Yes. It will not have spreaded legs and run away.
No, no. So plans. I have a few things with birthdays that I need to stitch on from this month. Um, so I'm gonna do that over the next couple days. I'm gonna finish Rebirth and then do that. And then I've got three. I have three things with October birthdays that haven't been stitched on this year, including the Midnight Pumpkin Patch. So I might just scratch that because I'm gonna restart it. So two.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna pre-stitch on those before I go. So that's gonna be the focus of my stitching between now and when I leave on my trip. And then for my trip, I think I have my list of things that I'm taking. I'm taking Stitch for Pride. I'm going to get caught up. That's a
Number
goal. I'm taking Trans Pride Tapestry because it's all fill in now. And so I just need to know which color it is and then where I'm putting it. And I don't need to look at the pattern. So that'll be really good travel stitching. And I'm pretty sure it's a 28 count, like it's a chunky size pattern.
one.
I'm going to take my kit from Aya that I talked about earlier. I'm taking my Angel for Love. I'm taking my Miss Lucian's School for Girls, but it's going to need to be a restart because of my redonkulous border that we talked about on the WIP parade. But I'll take it. And then I'm going to, Deanna has on her Patreon this year given us 4 seasonal moths, and I want to stitch them in a circle together. And the sizing works out to do that. And so I'm going to take that with me. So I'm going to be kitting that up um, probably with Rolando flosses because I have a lot and I can probably get all the colors or at least many of the colors from that. And then figuring out a fabric, and I'm going to take that. And that's it. That
Great.
is 6 things. That should be plenty. Plus, who knows what nonsense Helen and I get up to while we're away. Well, I'm away. I guess kind of away. She's scouted out at least one yarn store on our Scotland adventures.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. we'll see what we get up to.
I'm sure there's plenty of yarn to be had in
Yeah,
sheep-filled
Iceland
highlands.
and Scotland, like, I have some things to take to Helen that will take up a fair chunk of room in my suitcase, and so there will be room to bring things back.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it doesn't hurt yarn if you push it
Oh
down.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll see.
You just have to knit yourself a sweater to wear on the plane.
I do not knit that fast. And I don't know if a sweater amount of yarn is a smart thing to buy whilst traveling. Who knows?
Yeah.
I could always send stuff to myself, except that the posties are on strike.
I feel like if you're gonna do that, you might as well just buy another suitcase and pay for
That's true.
another bag. um, yeah. So I'm gonna finish Duckworth Street Sampler. That'll be my next focus. And then yeah, I'll keep working on some other things. We'll see what comes up in Monopoly. I haven't had a turn in a while, so
Yeah.
like I finished 2 things since my last turn and had to update my WIP list twice. So
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah,
You on 2 boards still?
I'm on 2 boards. Yeah,
Yeah.
my other board is also kind of stalled right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
I don't know. If I finish something that's on my Monopoly list, I haven't looked at it, but if I finish something before I go, I might change all my things to be the things that I'm taking. But if I don't finish something and I can't change my board, which is the stupidest rule in the world, I think, then I'm just gonna step away from the board that I'm on because I'm not taking all my projects with me, and there's 22 different projects on that board.
Yeah, no. And you can't pre-roll your entire because you don't even know when.
But even that, if I pre-rolled like 10 rolls to say I'm gonna make it through a month, I'm not gonna take that much stuff with me anyways. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it would be in addition to the things. I think only one of the things on my list is even on that board. So it would be in addition.
And like you can also like you can't pre-roll that much because like you could pre-roll, but then something else happens and you end up on another space. But I guess well yeah, like I don't
Well,
know.
you don't move on spaces.
What? Well, like there was that one time when like
Oh, we all went to go.
we all ended up going to go, right? So like,
Yeah,
something like that could happen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I pulled that card. I apologize. Yeah.
But yeah, right? Like so like you could have pre-rolled and been like, "Oh, I'm going to land on this space at this turn," but you won't be. You'll be somewhere else.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I do like the extrinsic motivation of Monopoly. I don't know if I will go back to it when I get back.
There's a lot of rules that are kind of like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. We
Thanks
will
for
be
watching.
back November sometime. I do not return to the country until November 3rd. And then I've got probably a lot happening at work.
Yeah.
Including some travel. And so yeah, Meg and I will figure it out, but we'll be back in November at some point.
Yeah, mid to late November.
Yeah. It'll be great.
We'll have a lot more to show by then, I'm sure.
Yeah. And story time from
hopefully no more fall.
Yeah.
I'm not going to any more shows or anything between now and then, and I can't order anything anyway for at least the next little while.
So. Yeah, so it might be really quiet
just pure stitching
on the whole front for Megan.
I'll have to shop my stash, as they say.
We'll see what I come back with. Okay.
All right.
Through all that haul, thank you so much. That was a big chunk of time to talk through it all. I think more than we talked on stitching, and we had a lot of stitching. Yeah. We will see you next time. Bye.